If you have been following me, you know I have been talking a lot about doing. And my favorite kind of thing is like, stop thinking and start doing. Otherwise, we can say stop trying, because people all the time just keep telling me, I'm trying. So today we're going to talk about procrastination. If you are one of them, today you are going to take yourself through 5 steps and learn how can you stop right now. So if you want to stop procrastinating, you want to learn how to make things come to your way in an easier way and sooner, there are 5 steps that I will share with you today, and they are all about helping you to stop procrastinating. The very first thing that I have realized that people find it difficult to start making things happen is because they position themselves in the future, and because that looks so far, they feel like it's not the right time to start right now, because they see the reward to arrive in the future time, not in the now. How about that you start applying the very first technique? Start rewarding yourself now. Don't wait to reward yourself in the future. And sometimes there are small rewards and sometimes there are bigger rewards. Now, as you build that system, of course, the bigger reward is coming in the future, but you still can start enjoying the little reward that you can allow yourself to tap into it right now. So how you do that? You do short-term goals and long-term goals. You do short-term satisfaction and long-term satisfaction. First of all, to create little celebrations. As you start moving into the future, try to bring your future self into the present and congratulate yourself. Celebrate for every little step that you start taking. Please, please, please stop punishing yourself, stop penalizing yourself, stop criticizing yourself, because that is number one that stops you making things happen and also pushes you to procrastinate. Because as you have these little voices telling you all the time, oh, you did it wrong, how can you do it? Yeah, you keep telling you want to do it and you never do it. You start something and you don't complete. These little self-sabotage voices, they stop you to achieve things that you want. Then the step number 2 is try to make your tasks achievable. I'm using the word try because I know if we're talking about procrastination, the trying thing is always there. So at least try. As you trying, it's always worth. So make your task achievable. How do we eat the elephant? Pieces by pieces. Otherwise, you start feeling overwhelmed. You have a dream, you have a vision of something big that it's going to happen in the future. And if you see the whole picture together all the time and you don't know where to start, that's going to make you feeling overwhelmed and procrastinating. How you do that? Set little goals, little tasks. Spread it and divide it in little pieces and start doing it one at a time. So it's very important that instead of saying, I'm going to run a big marathon, start with a small marathon. Or let me give you another example. When I was working as a psychologist and having my private practice, I used to work with people who had problems, for example, with alcohol or with gambling, or people who wanted to lose weight. So they set goals and then they not only procrastinate, but they have a lot of relapses. The reason is because they believe that, oh yes, they feel good right now, and they think that, oh yes, I am going to stop it right now. You can't stop a habit that is created for years and years overnight. How you do that? You set up achievable goals and achievable tasks. One task can be, for example, instead of stopping, let's say, smoking overnight, you say, I am going, instead of having 20 cigarettes a day, I'm going to have 15 cigarettes a day, and then 10 cigarettes a day, and then 5 cigarettes a day. Or instead of saying, I'm going to stop drinking right now, you better set up achievable goals and say, I'm going to have, instead of having 2 glasses of wine a night, I'm going to have 1 glass a night. And then you can say 1 glass let's say, over a week. So you can't just take a decision like this and say, I'm going to stop, I'm going to change right now. You have to allow yourself that process of change, so your subconscious mind is getting ready and preparing to welcome your future self. Then, in order for you to arrive there, to meet your future self, you have to be consistent. It's not something that, okay, for 1 week you don't smoke at all, and then after 1 week you go to the old habit again. Or for 1 week you don't drink anything, or you don't eat any chocolate, or probably for 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks you go to your old self again. How many times we have been there? I've been guilty for that many times. I have tried until I got it right. I realized that it doesn't work. So how you do that? In a consistent way. You better commit, as I said, with little tasks, achievable tasks, and consistent. For example, I have been working with many clients around the world where they set up goals and say, yes, I'm going to commit for visibility. That is another thing that I see all the time women have when they trying to start to grow their own business. To keep that visibility consistent is really hard. So what happens is, like, they start a campaign for a week or two and then they disappear. I don't see them. For example, about 2-3 months ago, I committed and I said, I want to commit to publish at least 2 videos a week in the YouTube. And to be honest, there have been times that have been really challenging, because life is full of surprises. Life is full of challenges. And there are so many reasons all the time that we may have inside us, and also a lot of factors outside the world that try to stop us, and we can find a lot of excuses. Oh, I couldn't do these videos because of this reason or that reason. No, I am committed. I'm committed to publish 2 videos a week, whatever it takes. You may be sick, even if you are in the hospital. If you are committed, you're going to take that camera and you are going to commit to do that video. So that is the commitment. And it doesn't need to be great. A lot of other people also, they procrastinate because they think it should be perfect. And they stay behind the scene without coming to the action, thinking that they have to wait to be great until they make it happen. It doesn't need to be perfect. So, of course, we always want quality, but is it better to do it and it's good enough, or not to do it at all because it's not perfect? So anything that you are thinking right now, just commit. The word commitment is my favorite one. Whatever it takes, even if it is not perfect, even if you have to go through a lot of obstacles and hard work to make it happen. Once you are committed, you have to make it happen. The next step is also very important, because you may commit about something, you may promise yourself something, you may want to achieve something, you may want to meet your future self, but you have to put a deadline. That's why at this stage, you have to be aware that there is a deadline. you need to put a date. If you are thinking, for example, I want to lose 5 kilos, said, okay, by when? If you're thinking, I want to write a book, I said, put a deadline when you want to write. When, or at least you put a structure. Say, hey, by this time I'm going to write the book, by this time I'm going to publish it, by this time I'm going to launch it. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. You have to send that signal to yourself or to universe or to other people who are going to be involved in your project that something is happening. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. Another very tricky way that you can use in order for you to trigger yourself and to push yourself out of the box and also out of the comfort zone, and also to be able to get out of the procrastination, it is the next step. And the next step is really interesting, which is something that I always recommend to my client, and I always do it for myself. For me, if there is something that really pushes me out of all the fear of procrastination, is I make it public. So commit on something, put a deadline, take it out there, and make a public announcement, make a public commitment. Because once you have made it public, you know you're going to feel really bad and embarrassed if you don't start doing something, because you already have told everybody. How can you just not do it? Like, for example, if you want to start a business, or if you want to write a book, or if you want to organize an event, or if you want to launch a product, or whatever you want to do, once you have created like a structure, once also you have created like a plan how you're going to do it, you have also put a deadline when you are planning to do it, then go out there in the world, make it public, and say, hey guys, this is what I am planning to do. And by this time, I'm going to launch my online course, or I'm going to create this movement, and I'm going to run a marathon. Just go out there and tell the world what is your plan. Feel the fear and do it anyway. I know it's going to be tough and difficult for you if you haven't done it before, but just try. For example, recently, I had a client that has been really procrastinating to write a book. And we managed to get the whole structure of her book, put it out there in 24 hours. And the next day we had 2 front covers of her book, putting it out there into the social media and asking the public, hey guys, I'm planning to write a book. I've been really working behind the scenes a lot about the structure, about the concept, and this is how it looks like. Please give me some feedback. What do you think about it? And you will feel amazed how many people will start giving you feedback completely free of charge, commenting about what they think about it, giving you advice as well. And you'll start feeling the adrenaline, you'll start feeling excited, and you'll start feeling that you are ready to start right now. And you will forget about procrastination. So these are the five steps that I believe that if you go through each of them and start applying what I already shared with you, you are going to see a massive change on this phenomenon, and you are not going to have problems with procrastination anymore.